for today's practice, it is all about backbending. And it doesn't always kind of shout out, yay, for a lot of people, including myself, to be honest. But backbending is so amazing to correct posture, right? We sit down a lot throughout our days. In addition to that, we have a lot of kind of lower back aches or tightness, so that helps. It is very energizing, it's very healing for our back. It actually frees up so much space into all those organs, which are all scrunched up from sitting down. So it is so good for us. In addition to that, it will obviously open and free up our heart chakra and just in general, all of this heart space, which is very much linked to storing emotions as well. With that, straight away, we'll come and lie down onto our back. So either if you have a pillow, fold a pillow kind of in half to have a bit of height. Otherwise, you have 1 or 2 blocks even, whatever works for you, to come and lie down. So I'll bring the block right in my upper back here. So think shoulder scapula, or for the ladies, a broad strap. And then really kind of let your head fall down to the floor, your arms kind of rest beside you. And either you have straight legs or you have soles of the feet together, knees to widen, if you like a little bit more of a inner groin and hip opening as well. So just take a little moment to get comfortable, and it might sometimes take a little adjusting of the block or the pillows a tad higher or lower. But ideally, I want you to think that your ribs and your heart would be the highest point here. And then start to breathe deeply into that area. Let it rise with every breath in and fall with every breath out. And your first few breaths today might even be breath out of the mouth of release, relaxing, maybe letting go some stuff that you really don't need for your class, but maybe don't even need for the rest of your week. Feel free to sigh loudly and big. Make the inhales really full as well, so you feel that rising come all the way into the belly, then the chest, throat, face even, and then that falling. I'll give you a minute of stillness here to just have a little self-body scan, see how things are feeling, not so much to create opinions or to cover over or anything like that, just, seeing where you can maybe soften. Beginning to take that breath in and out through the nose now, maybe even your Ujjayi breath, that slight restriction on the back of your throat, lengthening and deepening breath. And maybe you feel the temperature sort of change into the upper back now that you're elevated. Your final 2 big breaths here. And after your second breath is fully emptied out, you just begin to bend your knees and set your soles of the feet to the floor. Just gently roll onto any kind of side, your favorite side. Let's do that one today. Grab your block, roll back onto your spine, and just the block comes to the side. Take a moment here to just sway the knees from side to side. And so we kind of feel maybe a few crackles, just only the good ones. And then grabbing underneath your knees and starting to rock forwards and backwards. But even here, can you avoid that rounding and that slouching and really kind of keep open through those two collarbones, so lengthening and opening the chest. Good, we'll take one more and then we'll come up to a seat. Good, we'll bend the right knee. And so your right knee and your shin is kind of parallel, doesn't matter too much. Left leg is off the mat. Bring the right hand behind you. Take this up so you guys can see better as well. Right hand behind you, and then lift the left hand and the hips up. And so we gently just reach for the ceiling and already find this length onto the front body as well as the side body. Take one more big breath in and slowly sit down. We repeat that 2 more times with our breath. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, maybe for that third round, you can reach a little further behind you. Inhale. And exhale, sit down. Changing over sides, bend the left knee. Right leg out to the side. And with that, our left hand behind us. First round is to hold and just more that reach up to the ceiling than anything. Can we open through those hips? Press strong out of the shoulder. One more breath in. And then exhale, slowly sit down. 2 more with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, sit down. Last one, reach further behind you. Inhale. And exhale, sit down. Cross both legs now for a little bit of seated cat-cow. So just the hands a little bit below the knees is quite nice usually. Inhale, heart lifts upward, back bending without falling in the lower back. Exhale, I'll probably say that a few more times today throughout class. Round. 3 more. Inhale, heart up, look up. Exhale, really round back, chin to chest, belly in. 2 more. Always feel free to add or to change movement here, as this is simply just mobilizing the spine, but also just linking movement to breath. When you have finished that final breath, we'll slowly park the feet to the floor and come to stand up straight away into Tadasana. So a nice slow curling up is nice. As we'll stand nice and tall, top of the mat, shoulders down and back. You might take a few rounds. Grip widely through all 10 toes. And that power here, thighs lift up, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and that's that suction maybe into the spine lifting upwards. Energy lock. Take a moment here to just close the eyes and find yourself to grow a little taller. You might rock a little bit if your balance is a little bit off today. Just let it happen. We'll take some sun salutations, so gently open the eyes and arms, reach up to the sky on your inhale. Grow tall. Exhale, forward fold. Forehead might come to your knees. Fingers to the floor. Take a halfway lift. Inhale, can you offer your heart forward? Step into a high plank. Come and bring your knees down to the floor. And lower down through Chaturanga. Elbows come in, strong tricep engagement. Take a baby cobra here. Inhale. And exhale, let yourself fold. And then tent your hands beside your mat, so onto your fingertips. Inhale now, draw the shoulders back, come up to a bit of a bigger cobra. Really let this be your cobra, your height. Chest is open, collarbones smile. 1 more breath in. And then exhale, forward fold. Place the hands right beside you, fingertips underneath your shoulders, curl your toes, press through the knees to your first downward facing dog today. And feel free to take a little movement here. See where you need the movement, where you need that moment of stillness. 2 more breaths here. Draw the belly in and draw the shoulders up to create space into the upper back and the chest. And tiny little steps as we move forward to the top of the mat. Once you're there, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Rise with big arms all the way up to stand. Good. And exhale, forward fold, but this time with big arms wide, like you're diving down. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Step into your high plank. And let's go again. On or off the knees, elbows into seven, chaturanga. Good. This time around, starting with our tenting of the fingers. So right beside your mat on the fingertips. Inhale, open your chest here, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold. Either repeat that or come to cobra or come with me in up dog. We'll blend those hands right beside the chest here. Elbows come in to start, toenails to the floor. Come up and off the floor with the thighs and knees. The inner elbows together, the chest widens, look forward, inhale some more, and then exhale, downward facing dog, exhale. Good, inhale, then look forward. You might take a little bend through the knees and a little jump or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Big arms again to come and stand up. Keep your arms all the way up to the sky. And then reach high, cross those thumbs. Look up towards the fingertips and like you're kind of being lifted from your rib cage inside waistline. Can you reach up? Maybe look up and maybe kind of offer your heart up as the pubic bone comes forward. And swan dive forward, exhale. Flat back, inhale, your normal flow. Exhale, high to low plank. Always okay to come back to the knees. To your preferred back bend. We've done a few now. Choose. Downward facing dog, always that meeting point. One breath in, one breath out. Good, inhale now, look forward. Take a little step forward. And then from there now, really poke your fingertips into the floor. So it's really that grippiness through the fingers. See if you can shift a little bit more weight forward so the shoulders park right above the wrist. And then really use your back muscles to press, press, press. Maybe you can step a little bit more forward, really press the floor away, and then step all the way forward, halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. And then grab opposite elbows overhead. So you have two elbows here together to touch. Take an inhale here to rise up nice and tall. Exhale into a side stretch, so your half moon variation here. Keep your elbows pulling backwards, your pubic bone kind of tucking forward, bandhas engaged. And just see where you can take this. Maybe even look up to your left elbow towards the ceiling. Then inhale, come up. Taking that to the other side. So reposition, lengthen, inhale, elbows come back more. Exhale to the other side. And again, one side might be a little tighter than the other, or, you know, two sides are just never the same story, is it? Looking up maybe towards the right elbow, push the hips potentially a little bit more to the right. Keep breathing though. And then coming all the way up, arms up, inhale. And again, swan dive forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Take your chaturanga, your flow. Know that you can always just come straight back to downward facing dog as well. Otherwise, one movement, one breath. And so downward dog is then where we meet. Bringing the feet a little closer to each other and lift the right leg up. Inhale and exhale, knee to nose. Engage again through these upper back muscles to get them strong. Step forward quietly in between the hands. And we'll come up straight away into a high lunge. Meaning the back heel is off the floor. You are more than welcome to bend the back knee a little bit though, to lengthen out the lower back. That is always fine. Reach the arms up, but cactus if you need to here. Breathe. Good. So from here on out, again, imagine my hands grabbing your waistline, lifting you up out of your lower back and out of your kind of hips. See if you can lift your heart up, look up, and either with straight arms or bent arms, can you open through the heart and the chest. And as we find this back bend, don't let it come just into the lower back, but think about height and length over falling and collapsing. One more big breath in here. And exhale, bring the hands down to the floor. Lift the right hands up, inhale, we are now in an easy open twist. And draw the right hand further behind you. So again, we're opening through the right, rotate a cuff in front of your chest. One more breath in. Exhale, hand comes forward, high plank, inhale. Modify where need to or desired, exhale, low plank. To your back bend, breathe in. And exhale, dog. And left leg to lift, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, to a step, to rise. When you're ready, inhale. Good, know the things that you have chosen on the other side and try and balance it out here. So try and get out of these floating ribs, draw the belly in, even if that's by bending the back knee a little. Straight or cactus arms is both fine. You have the balance now. Lift up, breathe into length. Arms straight or bent, lift your heart up. Like you have a hook and you're trying to hang that up. Keep breathing. That moment where you can't breathe is always that moment that you've gone too far. Squeeze the glutes. One more inhale. Open and lengthen more. Exhale, hands come down. Right hand stays down, left hand lifts. Inhale and draw that behind you more. Feel the left front shoulder open. One more breath in. Exhale, hand comes down, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, high to low plank. To your back bend of choice, inhale. And let's not forget, in our up dog, really bring those inner elbows together, shoulders wide and neck is long, collarbone smiles, downward dog. And upward dog, guys, is a lot of work. And we'll hold that a little longer later on, just to kind of realize that over and over again. Take an inhale here. And a big sigh out. Bring the feet a little closer together then. Lift the right leg up, inhale. And then bend your knee and open this up. And so we're aiming to get the right knee higher up to the ceiling. You take a big breath in here. See if you can then even open through the shoulders a little bit. Breathe here. Straighten out the leg, inhale. Bring it all the way forward in between the hands. Good, rise up to that crescent lunge into the back bend. And exhale, hands down. Right hand lifts and opens, inhale. Exhale, hand comes down. Good, high plank. Inhale, and then bring your right foot to the left hand. As high as it goes, really. The right hand stays down, the left hand lifts up. Just kind of a side plank variation first. So try and reach the left hand up to the ceiling whilst your legs are into this wide split. Take one more inhale, lift the hips a little higher, and then plant the hands down. High plank again, no sweeping. Exhale, high to low plank. Take your back bends, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Left leg to lift. And then a hip yawn, bend your knee and open. And taking that extra round, or 2 rounds actually, of breath here. Normally we are very much like square the shoulders here, but this time around it's okay to get a little heavier through the right shoulder, a little lighter through the left. Ground your right heel down. Find length and space. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, step it forward. Rise up and back. Inhale. exhale, hands down. Left hand up and back, inhale. And hand down, exhale. Good, high plank, inhale. And then your left foot to the right side, exhale. Left hand stays down, right hand kind of reaches up to the ceiling. Don't think about opening too much here. Find that strength first in the shoulder. Reach up and lengthen up. Take a big breath in. Hand down, exhale. Lift the leg, step it back, high plank. Belly in, exhale, descent. Back bend, inhale. Open, lengthen. Downward facing dog, exhale. Good. So first things first, we'll take little steps forward now again. Take a halfway lift once you're there. A forward fold, exhale. Let's curl up to stand nice and slowly. Now certain back bends come a little easier, some come a little harder. Just go in to it with like an open heart today. Taking those feet hip width apart and bring the hands right onto your lower back here, breathe. Now first of all, we need to soften a little through the knees to lengthen the tailbone forward. Lengthen out of the lower back into the heart, looking up. Push the pubic bone forward. And then elbows squeeze together. Keep the hands there for support. Looking up, maybe looking back, as long as we're not collapsing into the lower back. So still think about lengthening and lifting and growing taller through your heart. You should be able to breathe. Rise up slowly. Hands to the hips. Straight spine forward to lengthen. Take a moment here to bend your knees. Let your stomach rest onto the lower back. If any time we are more prone to hurt the lower back, it's in forward folds, never so much in back bends. So really making sure we're not overstretching and therefore pulling onto the lower back. Take another round of breath here. Good. You might place those hands to the floor and take a jump back into your chaturanga. I'll show that in a moment, but first these grippy fingers. But you might also just step back, right? Otherwise, take a big breath in and get light as you jump into your chaturanga. You might lower or go straight into up dog. Breath in, open that heart space to downward facing dog. Exhale. Wonderful work. So feet come a little closer here. Lift the right leg up, inhale, and then bend your knee and open it upward back into a hip yawn. There is an option now to come with me into a wild thing. So that looks like this. Our left leg stays straight. My back foot is coming onto, that's my left foot by the way, onto the blade of the foot. So I'm spinning. And then the right foot steps kind of hip width apart, but much higher, so much closer to my left hand than my right foot. Sorry, it's my right foot and my left foot. And I'm reaching all the way up and over. So you might just stay here, reach up to the ceiling, or you might think about lifting your heart like you're about to go into a wheel. Lift the hips. Check that your left leg is straight, your right knee is bent, your right heel is lifted. One more inhale, open your heart more. And then exhale, come back and bring your right foot to your left hand. Lift it higher if it didn't go there straight away. Right hand stays down, left hand lifts up now and over for full triangle. Take 2 breaths here. Bring the hand down to the floor, bring the leg back, high plank. If you don't want to flow, go straight to dog, otherwise high to low plank. Take this into your back bend if you're flowing, inhale, and then meeting me back into dog, exhale. Lifting the left leg up, breath in, into a hip yawn, which you're more than welcome to stay. Otherwise, start to spiral onto the blade edge of your right foot. Left foot steps behind you, lift the left heel, and then push up through your heart, your hips. Left hand reaches up and behind you. Think about almost your heart up to the ceiling. 2 more breaths. Head is heavy. Coming back through low plank, kind of ideal almost, and then left foot to the right hand. Lift it higher if it didn't go in the right spot. And then lifting the right hand up and behind you. Find again your chest to open. You might bring your right hand on the right shoulder and open and lengthen more. Big breath in. Hand down. High plank. Knees down, maybe low plank. Maybe you're back bend, maybe you're resting. Let's all come to a child's pose. Exhale. Take a moment to rest. And I quite like having the knees closer together to let my chest kind of rest on top of my thighs. Maybe a little side swing, let your head rest. Don't feel like you need to bring the arms forward. Sigh if you've gotten out of breath. There is a lot that we free and wake up whenever we're working side, front, body lengthening and back bending. It might be as simple as getting out of breath. It might be emotions stirring up. Maybe you're not really a big fan of me right now. See if you can let that go. Just letting everything go. Expectations, opinions, just a clean slate. And then absolutely welcome you to stay here longer. Yeah, that's fine. If you do feel like a little bit more, we'll simply pop ourselves onto our knees. So knees and hips stack here. And then walk the hands forward for a hard melting pose. Definitely done this one before. So chin or forehead touches down. Still opening, still back bending, but with the ribs in a little bit more. Belly in 2. 5 breath here, or still in your child's pose. Slowly make your way back. Take a breath, relax the shoulders. Downward facing dog. Pop your hips nice and high. Shoulders lift, rib cage to thighs. Take a big step forward, kind of halfway. And then again, push those shoulders right over your wrists. Grip those hands into the floor. You can draw all the bandhas up. Mula, Uddiyana. Maybe a little bit more of a step forward onto those toes. And then come all the way forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. And let's curl up to stand nice. And slowly. Good. We've been working hard, so take a moment back into Tadasana. Just noticing how things are feeling. And then as a standing back bend, we'll take our dancer's pose here. And so right elbow comes close into your waistline, your hand palm is facing up. And I'm grabbing my foot from the inside, which means that I can actually touch my middle finger into the little ankle bone and that little gap below. Then tuck the tailbone down and forward again. Those knees kind of come together to touch. Strong standing leg. Lift the left hand up, take a big breath in, and then kick your right leg up as you reach the left arm forward. Do not stop breathing. Kick as hard as you're reaching and stretching. For 5, 4, 1, come out slowly. 3 breath, Tadasana. Where can you soften and what do you need to strengthen for the next side? And then left elbow comes close into your body, hand palm up like you're holding a platter. Grab the left ankle from the inside, middle finger into that little hole just below the ankle bone. Knees together, tuck the tailbone. Right hand lifts. Take an inhale to charge into length. And exhale, start to kick up and reach and stretch forward. Still breathing. For 5, 4, 3, reach high rather than to the floor, 2, and 1, come out slowly. Tadasana, 3 breath. Let's take the feet together to touch, big toes are touching. Come into chair pose, inhale. From your chair pose, we'll take a twist because of all that back bending. It's so nice to rinse that out. Hands come together, lengthen, inhale. And for today, first of all, we'll just twist to the right, but stay. The left elbow touches on the outside of the thigh. And with that left hand, I want you to make a fist. And then the right hand flat on top. Take a big breath in here, and then push the fist down and twist as much as you can. Come back through center, inhale, long spine. Twist to the left side, right elbow touches. Check that the knees are at base in one line. Right hand becomes a fist. Left hand, top hand flat on top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good. Inhale, come forward. Hand palms together, reach up, lengthen up, maybe over, and then back into chair pose. Lift your heels from your hands together. Come down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a moment here to rest or lengthen, inhale, still onto our toes. Twist again to the right side. Again, elbow touches on the outside of the thigh, left hand fist, right hand on top. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Come back forward, inhale. Core engaged, exhale, twist to the left side. Right hand becomes a fist, knees together, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Slowly come forward and slowly come to sit down. Excellent. Okay, so first things first here, we'll take a seated thread the needle, which means we'll set the soles of the feet to the floor. And then bring the right ankle on top of the thigh. Left foot comes to the floor, and then pop your heart, your chest up. You walk your hands as close as you can, and then your glutes as close as you can to the front heel to really find length into the spine, like you want to pop your chest on top of your shin. Flex those right toes, grow taller, and feel this way the hip open. You push the right knee away from you, and you come as close, but in the longest shape possible as possible. Last round of breath here. And then slowly park yourself back. Step the right foot down. The left leg goes straight forward. So left leg is straight. It's right in line with my hip bone. And I really hug the right knee nice and close in towards me. Good. Two arms then come on the inside of your right leg. And so the knee is on the outside of my shoulder. I'm reaching, 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 reaching forward. And then bring the right hand forward and the left hand up. So you might stay here, and that's fine. But if you do have the capacity and the shoulder flexibility, then you might interlace the fingers behind you and pull the left shoulder to open. So we're opening through the chest as well as the shoulders. We're not necessarily back bending, but we're definitely helping that all. This is not possible for everyone, so feel free to stay with the arms open. And then slowly coming all the way home. Janu Sarasana, right sole of the foot is into the inner thigh and knee is to widen. Inhale, reach up through the arms, and exhale, come forward. Now you might take this really actively and grab those toes, lengthening forward. You might take this really passive here where you let your face fall. Relax those shoulders. So this is almost like a bit of a counterbalance for all the work we've been doing. If you'd like, and if you have the flexibility, you can work that straightening and that lengthening forward. Wherever you are, just one more round of breath. And then slowly rise up through the spine. Part both feet down, but a little further away from you again. You might sway a little, move a little. And then left ankle on top of the right thigh. Good. Come and face this way so you can maybe see better as well. And again, I'm walking in closer as long as I'm lengthening up. So my lower spine is really long as well. Walking forward, forward, chest up, long spine. Left toes are flexed. Breathe. No crashing into those shoulders either, right? So be so mindful that everything we do with real good intention and so much space, offering more space, more length, rather than kind of pushing through ego and trying to get further or deeper into something that just isn't right for today. You walk yourself back, left foot is down, right foot is forward this time around. And again, really kind of prop yourself up nice and long. Hug that left knee in towards you, and then bring your shoulders on the inside of that left knee. See if you can reach that left arm forward and in front. So you walk forward, walk forward, walk forward. And the left arm forward, right hand up to the ceiling. Staying there is fine, or bind. Grab those hands behind you, pull the right shoulder back. This is not for everyone, right? So just stay where you need to stay. Your last breath, and then slowly from there on out, come back through center. Two legs come forward, and just really support yourself now as you come to lie down. No, Janu Sarasana. Sorry guys, I forgot. Right leg is forward, left sole of the foot is into the inner thigh. So we have our hip opening. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, come forward. Lengthening or passive fold. Sorry. Got so excited about lying down. I bet you did too. Take your final 2 to 3 breaths, depending on the pace and the depth of your breath. Either find that length and that stretch, or just that really soft type of fold. Slowly coming up, this time around 2 legs forward, and slowly come to lie down. So either feet to the floor or knees into your chest as you take some circling and some swaying, and just feel that nice little straightness through the spine at the moment. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay. And so from here on out, we'll find a bridge pose. Now, if you are just like over it, or it's just kind of, you know, you want a modification, then if you have that block, bring the soles of the feet in together and really kind of be able to touch your heels here with your middle fingers. And you can pop the block onto the highest, setting into kind of that modified, your modified bridge pose here. You might also use it in between your knees to really find that strength and that lift, or you don't use it at all, okay? So your shoulders kind of shimmy away down from the neck in the air, so your heels walking close, feet hip width apart, and then inhale, come all the way up to bridge. Now you might start to kind of walk the shoulders closer to each other, and maybe even interlace the fingers here. This is amazing to reduce anxiety, great for our head, our heart, our belly, our organs, our energy. Your neck is long, your head is down, squeeze the knees and touch closer together than you think you need. Take a big breath in. Come down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just walk your feet a little wider and let the knees tumble together. Take a big breath here. Sigh it out. Good. Round number 2. So again, feel free to grab your block to make it a supported bridge. You might grab the block to make it stronger, really squeezing those knees together. You immediately feel quite a big difference. And otherwise, just as you are, lift up into your bridge. Maybe interlacing, maybe hands up to the ceiling. Breathe and lift through those hip bones, but also heart opens to the back of the room. One more inhale, lift. And exhale, come down for 6, 5, squeeze the glutes, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soles of the feet together, knees to widen unless you like your, and a tumble of knees together better. Of course you can do that. Good, this is usually the moment where a lot of people start to check out. But can we just commit to one more? And I swear it's all kind of mellow after that. So when you are ready, it's bridge pose again, or you might be ready, because we've done so much backbending, to come into wheel. Now if you've never done this before, then you might just skip it altogether and have a good little look. And otherwise just kind of see how far you get, but don't push beyond what feels secure, safe, and also just happy and healthy into your back. And so again, we'll start with those feet hip width apart. And you'll bring those hands up and then all the way behind you. And so some of you guys might be quite familiar with this, so feel free to set yourself up. Can you really kind of like hug your elbows up towards the ceiling? Walk those feet in, lifting again through your bridge. Your hips kind of come off the floor, and then see if you can come all the way up, maybe into a bridge. Push those armpits more towards the front of the mat. Toes, big toes together. Open, make sure you're breathing. Don't look at me. And whenever you are ready, you slowly tuck your chin from a wheel, and otherwise just keep your head down from bridge to come down again, nice and slowly. And so whatever today brought for you, and either knees are together all right, can you let that go now? Just letting your whole spine kind of fall heavy into the mat. We've done a lot of strengthening and opening. So a moment of stillness to just digest, to reflect on things that are present now. Things that you can maybe let go of now. Is it old stuff or new stuff, or just tiredness or feeling, emotion? I've done a lot of work just with your own eyes closed. I'll give you a minute or so to do anything that you feel like you could benefit from now. Which is Savasana, then good for you, right? Do it, that's fine too. And it might be like a happy baby, or you might come up into a shoulder stand, maybe a spine twist. So what you need, and I'll make sure that I'll let you know halfway as well, whenever we're needing to change sides, in case you're doing something on two sides. So go ahead, set yourself up to something that you feel you've been missing and that your body is quite eager for right now. Why not close your eyes wherever you are? Wherever you are, if you're doing something one or two-sided, then you can come up and out of that and change your side. You might choose to do something entirely different if you did something that doesn't require two sides. Or you might stay. You might set yourself up for Savasana again. You create a bit of space between the upper and lower teeth. Soften the jaw and the eyebrows. Maybe imagining or actually just placing a little smile through the corners of the mouth and the eyes to soften fully, physically, and sometimes even mentally. You might place that same shape of a smile through your heart muscle. Amazing effects by simple actions like that. And wherever you are, final two breath. Take that last breath to be like super full and honest and deep, without trying to rush the process. And coming up from wherever you are, unless you're in Savasana, please stay. If you need kind of to put something on to get warm and cozy, or if you need a sip of water or just something, then feel free to do that. And then we'll come and lie down. Savasana. You might lie on top of a pillow with your upper back, but it's quite nice at this stage as well to be just super flat on the floor. Tucking kind of your glutes together and your shoulders, scapula to hug and nestle together onto your back. And your hand palms are facing upwards, your shoulders are shimmying down. Once more, that little wiggle through face, maybe a swaying of your head to fully soften. Maybe a last sigh. Absolute stillness here. anywhere where you can soften. Final 5 full breath. So now you have emptied out that 5th breath, you can allow for little movements to come back. Toes, fingers. Maybe bending your knees and feet to the floor. Maybe head to heart and head to belly to just kind of again explore. This is like that clean slate, that opportunity to start fresh. So as you come to lie onto your side, take this opportunity to start fresh. Don't take anything with you off the floor and into your body that doesn't serve you. Make a decision. Coming all the way to press up into the seat. Maybe you sit onto your block, maybe legs are crossed. Bringing 2 hands onto our heart and then open the heart again, the shoulders down and back. And then the most important part here, guys, thank yourself for coming to your mat, taking this time and practice. Namaste, yogis. Look after yourself and stay well.